In this video I'm going to attempt to clean these, and I have this one as well. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and see if I could use paint stripper to get all this old paint off and then put some new very high temperature paint on. I tried to scrape it but didn't really work, so let's try this again. That's the stuff I am going to try to use. So the instruction says to pour this on and then use the brush or something. So I'm not sure if it's going to work, but I'm going to try it anyway. Just in case. So pour this on. All these rubber stuff I'm going to replace anyway, so that does not really matter. It also doesn't have to be perfect, it just wants most of the paint off, really. Push it forward a little bit. It needs to sit for an hour. Since I'm leaving, I will leave it on and go away and come back in an hour and see how it is. So should be pretty okay, I would say. Then let's try the other one. So that's how I left it for now. Like one layer, and then this is not actually paint, but I'm hoping it will clear it up a wee bit, and yeah, let's see how that goes. Now it's 3 hours later actually. It has been raining. I'm not sure if it comes off, but I have this, and let's see. I scraped a bunch off and it wasn't bad, so I decided to do another layer, which they say if you need more you should sometimes need another layer, and since this is car paint it might take a bit longer. So taking it all off and scraped as much as I could using both this one and the wall disc kind of thingy. So another layer, and hopefully that will clean it up for now. And this one, like I said, it had no paint. I just used that stuff, see if it clean it, see if it works. It's pretty clean, as you can see. There's a few marks there, but I don't think I can get them off. So I'm going to sand it down a wee bit and yeah, give it a light coat. For the light coat, I'm going to leave it here. I have something behind it that I'm not going to reuse, and I will put some something in here, the sealed, and in that one as well, just in case. I'll be using the same stuff, this, which I use on my intake manifold as well. I don't need the VAT, but it gives a nice matte black feeling, and I like the look. Here's the first light coat. Just gonna check over all these little thingies, but while I'm waiting for this, supposedly I can give this a little bit of a go over. That's them both drying for now, and hopefully it will come out not too bad. The look of the manifold, the black, I kind of like. I might have to double check these sides here, but I think it's just on the camera that looks too dark. So if this goes well, I will do the valve cover as well. And then the lower timing chain cover, but I don't take it off the car, so that's something for a new engine. But let's see how this goes. I took more off and started to get there slowly, so I decided to do another layer. These sides are okay. It's mainly the middle where paint was cracked and I kind of want it off so I can redo it. Well, I'm doing that, and that one got another coat, and that one got another coat. I actually turned around to move it to that side. I was wondering if I could spray these pipes. I always have trouble with it, and I was thinking maybe I can. So because it has all these scratches and everything on it, and yeah, I was just thinking, can I do it? So let's try. Just try it, light coat. Obviously you will still see the welding and everything. However, the scratches, that's less noticeable. So since it's only one coat, I'm just going to try give it a few coats. It's a bit harder because it's aluminium, and therefore it's shiny, so I'm not sure if, and you know, slippy, and you know, I don't know if that's going to work, but I'm going to try it. So at the bottom, haven't done much yet, mainly the top, just to see. It's actually the next morning because it was too late yesterday and I didn't feel like doing stuff, so I'm going to, you can see how the paint is starting to come off more and more, which is what I'm looking for. Hopefully this is the last time, and then I will spray it. After a bunch of scraping and everything, this is how it looks right now. You can still see there are some areas there and there and there, and then over here and over there, and this side I kind of want to focus on now. That side, this need to be as well, need to be all off before I respray. This is starting to look the way I like. This has, you can see these primary bits. I kind of want that off because if I don't and I spray it over, it might look uneven. So that's it. Put everything on, last bit, just hoping for the best, and we'll spray after. Now this is the stuff I did yesterday, or earlier in the video basically. So as you can see, there is markings because I didn't sand it down in a way, so kept it original, didn't sand it down. I only took the sticker off, but you can see the markings in the cast, but it doesn't really matter. The intake manifold, I already did that before. I just gave the light spray. I only can see I need to beat on this side more. Maybe I didn't see it yesterday. Other than that, in my opinion, it looks pretty good. Well, this is the piping that I tried. As you can see, it is sand. It needs more. Also, I might sand this down slightly, and when I sand it down, maybe the paint will stick better. This, unfortunately, I didn't weld it myself. Can't do anything about it. So I will sand that down and give the light spray just before I do the valve cover. So light 240 grit with the V block over there, and then another light coat. Haven't done the back yet, but I'm going to try and see if I can do it on one side first, and if it looks okay, then yeah, I'm happy, I suppose. Now for this, because this is mating surface, the top doesn't really matter, and the back I didn't spray, so I need to scrape off the edge of this, and if I can without messing up this section as well. So let's try that. Now this is how much I got off in the end. It's not too bad. I will give it another light coat, sanding down, especially around this area here, and yeah, see how it goes. Now it's time to give it a light coat. So first light coat, you can see where this stuff is not perfectly clean. Usually it doesn't really matter, because if you give it a light sand, then you do another coat, it usually clears up, as far as I remember. But let's see, if I'm almost running out of paint. I ordered a new one, so hopefully it comes in before this video gets uploaded. Otherwise you will see just with the light coat and on it. Have a wee bit left on paint, so I'm going to let this dry for another half an hour, and then, well, half an hour in general, and then do another few coats. Here is another few coats on the valve cover. So now I'm starting to do some wet coats. The inside is a wee bit scratchy, as you can see. However, I still think it looks better than it did before. As you can see there, you can in the light you can see this there. which is fine. I don't really care right now, but it's that's kinda how it's gonna look. So here is kind of the idea about my manifold and color setup. As you can see